Opening round action. Alvarez in the white trunks. And when you heard Lupe Contreras say the next generation, it's always interesting to hear fighters introduced under that banner and see a series of events put together that way, as Oscar De La Hoya has done here. Because these events and series like this showcase upcoming talent, and they become a feeder system for the sport. And throughout the last couple decades, they've been successful. As Alvarez rockets a couple hooks to the body. In the 1980s, it was a series called Tomorrow's Champions, which produced fighters like Bobby Chez. In the 1990s, it was the Boxino series, which produced talented fighters like Acelino Freitas. So the guys you're looking at are going to be heard from again. Top fighters are put into the bin. They said, let's see who can emerge here. And then the fighters are all the better for it, for the tough competition. And here's Alvarez with some nice moves. Gonzalez comes right back at him. Alvarez may not have a lot of names on his record, but he had 5 straight fights that went 10 rounds or more. So in those 24 wins, he's gotten some distance and he's seen some different styles from guys. In terms of maturity, way above his 18 years. And for Gonzalez, 30 years old, 17-0-1. So between these two guys, 41 wins, no losses. And they both understand that this is a summit. Real tough matchup with a lot of reward. So Alvarez and Gonzalez show a lot of intensity in the opening round of this one, and you get the sense it's going to heat up even more.
Nunca te quede, nunca te quede.
Gonzalez doesn't need the water.
Arriba tampoco. Nunca te le trae arriba.
Just getting his breath.
Relájate. Ni te quede ni te le trae arriba. Siempre vivo, siempre vivo, siempre vivo, siempre vivo. Nunca te quede.
Two guys who've come in here showing good technique, good conditioning, and showing you why they are used to winning. Second round action. Saul Alvarez in the white trunks. 24-0-1, 17 knockouts. Euri Gonzalez in the blue with piston-like hand speed. 17-0-1, 12 knockouts. Here's one thing you have to love about Alvarez. As Gonzalez fired those shots in, while backed up against the ropes, Alvarez kept his composure and he let his gloves eat up those shots. That's not an easy thing to do. When an opposing fighter is putting the pressure on you, the instinct is either to back up or try to trade. But what Alvarez did in letting his defense take over and absorb the shots, was a veteran move. And he doesn't look 18. He looks like a guy with experience about 10 years older than that. Looping right hand by Alvarez came behind the jab. And then there's the good hook. You know you're going to see intensity early from these guys. Then they'll have to settle in at some point for the long haul. And then, you know, at some point it will come down to guts. Body shots by Alvarez. Good right hand by Gonzalez. Alvarez trying to pour some shots through. Little tape issue on the gloves, but not much of a delay. So round 2 heads into the books.
¿Todo bien de aire? ¿Ya conectado? ¿Ya conectado?
Hay que pasarlo.
¿Pega fuerte o cómo lo sientes? ¿No? Ok, entonces hay que trabajar mucho la cintura, mijo. Acá, espérame.
Alvarez looks pretty composed through 2. Here is Gonzalez pouring the shots in. I talked about the veteran move. Look how he blocks most of these. Now, one finally does get through, but considering what could have happened, Alvarez came out of that nicely. Round 3 underway. Saul Alvarez and Euri Gonzalez locked up in a good welterweight battle for the WBO Latino Championship. I'm Dave Bontempo. The fight coming from Guadalajara. Good work here by Gonzalez as he tries to get inside the Alvarez jab. Alvarez showing some nice balance. Jab in the right hand off of that. Good work here as Alvarez stopping the Gonzalez advance, and then Gonzalez stepping back to avoid Alvarez. Even though Alvarez blocks a good number of that, Gonzalez putting good pressure on him. 2 jabs and a right hand by Alvarez. You see a guy willing to pay the price to land a difficult shot. Gonzalez has pretty good defense as he comes in. And often it's the second shot that gets through. The first one just separates the gloves enough that the second one can get through. Gonzalez continues to swarm, and he's coming in straight ahead. Let's see if Alvarez picks up on that and starts moving laterally as we come to the end of round 3. And here we are in Guadalajara, Mexico. Auditorio Benito Juárez. And the crowd enjoying this matchup. 2 undefeated fighters showing how they've gotten here. Good technique, good conditioning, nice pace to the fight. The crowd has been entertained by the pace of it.
Y hay que tener listo. ¿Dónde están las otras que están más frías?
Fourth round action underway. Saul Alvarez and Euri Gonzalez. Good fight for that WBO Latino welterweight title. Action coming from Guadalajara. I'm Dave Bontempo, and glad you're with us for this. This matchup between undefeated fighters had quality bout written all over it. And these guys have both risen to show why they've gotten here. Their height and reach pretty similar. So is their ring success. The only thing separating them is age, Alvarez being 18 and Gonzalez 30. Alvarez, an extremely seasoned 18-year-old. You think about it, how many 18-year-olds do you see in a 12-round fight? Very few. And Gonzalez trying to work through Alvarez. Showing the good defense on the way in. Works the body, good left hook. Good body shot here by Alvarez. Gonzalez might take note, though, that some of these body shots for Alvarez come wide. He might be able to step inside one of those, land a big uppercut. Watch the second shot by Alvarez after the jab. Second one often gets launched from the side. That could be opportunity for Gonzalez if he picks up on it. Good stuff here by Gonzalez. So some savvy moves by the 30-year-old as Gonzalez gets in, does the damage, and gets out.
Tienes que agarrarlo, darle y agarrarlo, darle y agarrarlo. Haz eso. Abajo, abajo.
Let's watch these guys go at it from the last round. Gonzalez takes the body shot from Alvarez after he ducked inside the first one. And at the end of the round, watch him get in and out. Good left hook. Some blocked, some gets in. The last left hook got in. And then he ducks away from the counter. Into round 5 we go. Saul Alvarez in the white trunks and Euri Gonzalez in the blue. Vying for the WBO Latino Welterweight Championship. It's been a good start. With Alvarez being deceptively good on defense, blocking a lot of Gonzalez's shots. And Gonzalez, like Alvarez, often scoring on the second shot through. When you get the second punch in, not only do you get the points for it, but you reset yourself and you maintain your balance. That's why the trainers always lecture the fighters about not just throwing one shot. Gonzalez carrying his left hand a little low. Alvarez has not taken the bait yet. Guy holds his hand down low, and he is willing to gamble that he'll be able to fire a punitive left hand before you can drill him with a good right hand. Sometimes it's a deficiency to keep your left hand low. And sometimes you're laying a trap. For the most part, though, it's better to keep the hands up. Alvarez has his up. Ever since Muhammad Ali brought the low left hand into vogue in the 70s and fired that up jab with the blinding speed, it has caught on in various segments of boxing. But that was Ali. So we come to the end of round 5, and a good pace still coming from Alvarez and Gonzalez. This is an Alvarez crowd. It's his home area.
No se quedan las cuerdas porque te golpea el cuerpo y donde sea y le das el round. No hay que darle el round, amigo. ¿Okay? Así está trabajando perfecto. Y los 10 segundos cierra fuerte.
A lot of talking in the corner of Alvarez. Hope he could sort that all out. We start round 6. Saul Alvarez from Guadalajara, Mexico, in his hometown. 24-0-1, 17 knockouts. Euri Gonzalez, he's in the blue, 17-0-1, 12 knockouts, and fighters appropriately suited to go after that Latino welterweight title. Gonzalez trying to jab his way to Alvarez, who sees that and tries to score. Each guy is throwing his punches from a little bit too far out. A little bit too much respect. At some point, you know, one of these guys will step up and gamble. So you're seeing perfect technique, but from about maybe 6 inches too far away. There's a left hook coming in from Gonzalez. See the bob of the head by Gonzalez. He is looking for positioning. And this is what happens now when you see the graphic at the beginning of a fight and you see that guys have pretty much the same height and reach. This is how it plays itself out. Now nobody has the automatic advantage. And the question is now, how will you get inside? You duck the head, you move on the angles, you have to work harder. And if both guys have the same idea at the same time, then either they will negate each other or their heads will come together. So what you're seeing now is how the height and reach being similar is forcing these guys to adjust to things. We come to the halfway point of this one. Good crowd and a pro Alvarez crowd looking on as this one has settled in now. Gonzalez attacking. That one got through, and then he gets through the gloves of Alvarez. Good duck by Alvarez to at least make him miss, even though he couldn't make him pay right after that. A fortuitous duck by Alvarez. Second half of the fight underway. Saul Alvarez and Euri Gonzalez combined 41-0 with 2 draws and 29 knockouts. Alvarez has 24 of those wins. Just 18 years old, but a pro since age 15. Gonzalez, the 30-year-old, still looking quite fresh. Alvarez scoring with the right hand and the left hook to the body. Alvarez looking to score to the body, but still a little bit far outside. Tries to make up for it with a lot of intensity in those hooks. Two got in and one landed in the middle of the arm. And that might be the one Gonzalez feels next week. Good defense by Gonzalez. He gobbles up the hooks and the uppercuts and then gets inside. These guys are mirror images stylistically. They like to advance, start with the jab, and then work the body. Good fundamental schooling by both. It's been a good pace over 7 rounds. But you get the sense that attrition is going to start creeping into this contest. These guys have to work just a little harder to summon up the energy because they've expended a lot through 7 rounds. Here we go into round 8 of a good one between Saul Alvarez and Euri Gonzalez. Alvarez in the white, trying to take advantage of the energy of youth, being just 18. As he goes after this WBO Latino Welterweight Championship, Alvarez has waged the kind of fight the younger fighter should battle with against the older man. Try to make the 30-year-old Gonzalez use his legs, try to wear him down over the course of the fight. Gonzalez has come straight ahead. Alvarez has tried to work the body a lot in this contest, but as he works upstairs now, because of their identical styles and height and reach, the body shots haven't really gotten in the way they would in other fights. Alvarez has been firing them from a little bit too far out, as has Gonzalez, and so the damaging body work hasn't really materialized, but the intent and the pace remains a good, honest one. So it's just a matter of who's going to be able to crack open that door and find some separation in this contest. Alvarez missing. Alvarez pouring some shots through now. And this is some of his better combined head and body work. Double jab, work the body, reset, and try again. So you talk about trying to obtain some separation. This has been Alvarez's most dominant round of the fight. This has been his most accurate, and he's done his best work. Action from the last round showing Gonzalez coming in, Alvarez blocking him, and then good work here by Alvarez. Body shots, head shots, best combined work. And into round 9 we go. Saul Alvarez and Euri Gonzalez vying for the WBO Latino Welterweight Championship. Fight coming from Alvarez's hometown area of Guadalajara in Mexico. And he just had one of his best rounds. See the mutual head movement, each trying to summon the other guy in. Gonzalez missing over the top. Alvarez trying to push through Gonzalez here and set the pace. And even though a lot of punches miss, your activity will become a tiebreaker as Alvarez starting to get more animated and feeling some confidence as he senses the tide is going his way, and so does the crowd. When you're in your home territory, one of your responsibilities is to bring the crowd heavily into the fight. And Alvarez has the people in the fight right now. Gonzalez still there and in front of him. One thing Alvarez could be doing more of as he eats that right hand, he could be moving more laterally. By staying in front of Gonzalez and making the ring smaller, he's allowing Gonzalez to essentially shorten the fight and maybe steal some time off that clock. Because you see that Gonzalez is still fresh and still bouncing. The 30-year-old looked better in round 9 than he did in round 8. But so did Alvarez.
parejita la pelea.
From the last round, Alvarez scores with the hook. And then the right hand over the low left hand of Gonzalez makes him pay for that. 10th round action underway. Saul Alvarez and Euri Gonzalez vying for the WBO Latino Championship. Vic Drakulich, the referee, discovering a tape problem for Gonzalez. They try to get to it right away. Fight coming from Guadalajara, the hometown area of Saul Alvarez. And this is Dave Bontempo. It's been a fast-paced, enjoyable fight. Gonzalez in the blue continues to stalk Alvarez. But Alvarez often able to head him off. Body shot by Alvarez. Each guy knows the other guy's tricks with the jab. They start to get it going and then they pull it back.
Watch that head. You got it?
Warning for Gonzalez as he tries to get inside using the head. Second warning coming from Vic Drakulich. You sure don't want to lose a point now. Vic Drakulich does a nice job letting the guys fight, getting in there when he should, but not interrupting the flow. And in this fight, which has been a very good one, he has been appropriately invisible. Jab by Alvarez. Gonzalez trying to get in. Alvarez's crowd jumping into it and cheering him on. It also works for Gonzalez. Two guys with very good skills, equally matched, trying to be just that shade better.
Quedan 2 rounds nomás, Canelo? Hay que ganarlos, mijo? Para que no quede lugar a dudas, ¿ok? ¿Está bien? ¿Sales bien? Ok. No quiero que te quedes.
Alvarez trying to summon up some energy for 11 and 12, and here is Gonzalez pouring it on effectively, and that last left hook was a good one. Excellent work by him. Round 11 coming up, and it has been a high-intensity battle between Saul Alvarez and Euri Gonzalez for the WBO Latino Welterweight Championship. Two guys with mirror image styles have overcome that and put on a good show. And they've stayed within the style for the most part that got them here. Alvarez trying to land the hooks to the body from a distance. Gonzalez trying to get into his face. Duck the jab and then work inside. Neither guy has had to hunt the other guy down. The fight has been almost on a straight line. They go right at each other, and here's some good work by Alvarez. 3 nice right hands and an uppercut. Some of Alvarez's better work in the fight. And he stunned Gonzalez. Gonzalez hurt for the first time in the fight, and there it is, it's over. Just like that. A surprise, sudden ending, and Saul Alvarez observes sudden opportunity against Euri Gonzalez, who looks like he still can't believe it. Alvarez suddenly found 3 right hands, an uppercut, and worked through Gonzalez. And remember now, with no standing 8 count in effect, the referee looks in and has to make a decision to stop the fight or not stop it. And if you give a referee the opportunity to make a judgment call, you might get a stoppage. Alvarez poured it on. And in a fight that had gone back and forth with good technique by these guys, it's a mini shock to see it evaporate so quickly. Yet, no argument came from Gonzalez or his handlers. And that's pretty revealing. When fights end suddenly, if the corner believes the referee acted improperly, they will storm toward the referee and lobby. But Gonzalez had been staggered moments before it ended, so no argument came. An appropriate call by Vic Drakulich. It said he'd been appropriately invisible, and then he was there when he had to be. So Alvarez showing that youth is served in this one. At 18 years of age, he had a little bit more left in the tank in the final moments of this one. So the battle of the unbeatens has worked its way to a close, and Lupe Contreras will give us the particulars.
Damas y caballeros, el referee Vic Drakulich para el combate con un tiempo oficial de 1 minuto 36 segundos del 11º asalto. El triunfador por nocaut técnico. Y ahora, el nuevo campeón welter latino de la OMB y aún campeón welter de la Federación Norteamericana de Boxeo. De Guadalajara, Jalisco, México, Saúl Canelo Alvarez.
Well-earned victory by Saul Alvarez, who delights his hometown following, not only with the victory, but how he accomplished it. And the end of the fight starts out with a right hand behind the head, and then a short right hand to the temple area. That's the equilibrium buster, the uppercut. And now Gonzalez still isn't quite right yet. Takes another shot near the temple area. Alvarez teeing off a huge uppercut, then a right hand. And even when he's bouncing around and backing up, he lands some good shots. Then he digs in, lands some good shots here. Gonzalez is cornered and vulnerable for the first time in the fight. Left hand gets in, right hand gets in. Gonzalez, at this point, gassed. Alvarez with piston-like efficiency, speedy hands, and Vic Drakulich appropriately jumps in. He gave Gonzalez every chance and then stopped it before any damage could occur to Gonzalez. So a timely stoppage by Gonzalez and an appropriate victory. Good one for Saul Alvarez, going to 25-0.